Hi, I'm Kipling, and I'm a kid who loves good food. But I wonder, what does it take to make food really delicious? Come with me as I research the science behind fantabulous food and how to cook it. This is FOOD, Culinary Science for kids of all ages. Hello, welcome back to FOOD, and today we are going to talk about something called leavener. It's what makes the dough rise in bread, muffins, and cakes. Leaveners work by creating bubbles of carbon dioxide in the dough while it's baking. Today we are going to have my older brother Bennett to help us. And we have our 3 leaveners. We have baking soda, baking powder, and yeast. Here we have our 3 main leaveners: yeast, baking soda, and baking powder. Yeast is a living thing, a fungus, that it eats the sugar, creating carbon dioxide, making the dough rise. So we're going to do a science experiment where we're going to put it in some sugar water, and we're going to see what happens.
The water can't be over 120 degrees Fahrenheit or else it'll kill the yeast since it's living. So we're going to measure the temperature, make sure it's under 120. It's still going up. It's 98 degrees.
So yeah, that should be good. We're going to add some sugar
for the yeast to eat. Put that in there, stir it around. And I'll cut open the yeast. Cut the edge off to pour it. Okay, is that mixed?
Yep.
Alright, let's put the yeast in.
See what happens.
Okay. It takes a while for it to act up.
So while we're waiting for this, then we can move it to the side.
Next, we have baking soda, which needs an acid to react with to create carbon dioxide. We have some lemon juice to do it. Do you want to scoop that out for me? Just get some. We don't need a lot. That's fine. Put it in there. And then
we're going to put in some lemon juice and see what happens. Whoa.
You can see that it starts bubbling up because it's reacting with the acid in the lemon juice. It's really cool. Let's put some more in because it's so cool. There we go. That's cool. Let's see this spoon for a sec. Next, we have
it's not recording.
Powder. And what baking powder does is it's baking soda, but it already has an acid in it with a powder.
So all we need is the water.
Yep.
So we're gonna put it in some water,
and it should start bubbling up if I am not mistaken. You can see that it starts bubbling and being foamy. That's pretty cool too.
Yeah.
So that's how leavener works, as you can see from our cool experiment.
Let's check on the yeast.
Oh yeah,
starting to bubble up.
It's starting to bubble up a little bit. It takes a long time.
Okay, how about let's let the camera watch the yeast for 10 to 15 minutes, then we'll show a time lapse. Just for fun, here's a time lapse of yeast dough rising over the course of 1 hour.
So that's baking powder right here, baking soda right here, and yeast over here. Hello?
Hello. Do you know anything about ethylene?
Actually, I do. Ethylene is pretty cool. It's what makes your bananas ripe and eventually makes them dark and brown and mushy.
Huh. Can ethylene make other fruits ripe?
Actually, it can. So if you put a banana in a brown bag with like a pear that's underripe, the ethylene gas from the banana will actually make the pear ripe.
Whoa, that's cool. I never knew that.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I have some overripe bananas, which is actually a good thing because we can make banana bread. Do you want to make some?
Does it use leaveners?
Actually, it does. It uses baking soda and yogurt to make carbon dioxide.
Oh, cool.
Do you have any yogurt we can use?
Yes, and I also have some baking soda.
Oh, that would be pretty cool. Let's make some banana bread.
Okay.
See you there.
Okay.
Bye.
So here we are. We've gathered all our ingredients for banana bread, and now I'm gonna go we have our
Greased and floured pan,
and now I'm gonna go preheat the oven.
350 degrees. It's important to preheat the oven because if the metal on the sides of the oven isn't warm enough, when you open the door, all the warm air comes out, and it basically has to start warming up all over again. But if the metal on the sides is warm, it acts as insulation and keeps the air inside warmer. And it's important to keep the inside temperature warm enough because the leavener needs to get the right temperature so it can keep acting and get the dough to rise up correctly.
Because if you don't preheat the oven and you open the door, then it's just gonna collapse.
Exactly.
So now we're gonna measure our flour. We have 2 cups.
of flour. So 8 of those.
We have an
scoops.
important way to measure
When you're
it.
scooping the flour, make sure you don't pack it because then it'll make your dough too dry because there's too much flour. First, we're gonna start with 2 cups of flour. So to measure your flour, you scoop some out of the bag into here, into this 1 cup. And it's important to do it like this because then you don't get too much flour and the dough will not be dry.
Unless you want dry bread, then you should measure it this way. You can level it out with a knife.
Oh, other side of the knife. I think we need a little bit more. Oh, there's some in there already. So that's 1.
Yeah, I'll just do that all over again.
Try not to make as big of a mess as I am making. Your mom will not be happy.
Unless you clean it up.
If you clean it up, she'll never know.
Yeah. Well, unless she's watching you.
Get some more. Come on, flour. Work with me here. Okay. And that's 2 cups.
Okay.
So now we have our 2 cups of flour. Awesome. That was messy.
Okay.
The next thing we're going to need to do
Is our
put in
sugar.
Our sugar.
3/4 of a cup of sugar.
Just put that in there. And next we're going to do baking soda. 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda. Not 3/4 of a tablespoon, that would be too much. This is our leavener, as you should remember. If you don't remember that, then you need to go back and watch the beginning of the video again. Okay, there's 1/4. There's 2/4. And there's 3/4.
Okay.
Just put it
Now we have our salt.
Salt. 1/2 a teaspoon of salt. Okay, that's enough salt there. Okay, what's the next one? And our walnuts. 1 1/4 cups. You can toast your walnuts, it'll make it taste better. And we're just gonna put them in there. So now we can set this aside, but first we need to whisk it. Okay, that's pretty well mixed. Okay, here we have our bananas. We're gonna mash them up. Okay, mine broke at the top. Dang it.
You're gonna peel them off.
Take the peel off, don't mash it with the peel. But it's better to mash it by hand with a fork rather than puree it because then the pureeing it gives it a too thin of a texture.
Puree it just means to basically process it with a food processor. Oh, but do you know any banana jokes?
No, I can't think of any.
Oh. Hey Google, can you tell us a banana joke?
What do you call a shoe made out of a banana? A slipper.
Ha ha. Okay. Get these all mashed up here.
Yeah.
You just got to use the fork and dig into it. Since they're overripe, they're a little bit mushy and it's not very hard to do this part.
If you were doing it with a normal banana, it would be harder to mash.
Of course, you could still do it, but
Yeah. But banana bread would also taste different.
with a ripe banana.
Yes. And I like the taste of banana with overripe bananas.
Okay. I think this is pretty mashed.
Yeah.
Okay. We've got our little baby banana here.
I can do part of it. That one was a
Should we
little
throw
bit
these
less
away or
ripe.
should we make banana shoes?
You should throw them away.
Okay. You don't want slippers?
Not the kind of slipper that you walk in. The kind of slippers that if you step on them, you fall over.
Yeah, I get the joke, but you don't want any banana shoes?
No.
Okay. Finish mashing up this last bit here. Okay, so here we have our small bowl for the beaten bananas, or
Yes.
not beaten, mushed.
Well, all of the wet
Okay.
ingredients. We're just gonna scrape them off.
Into the... Oh, don't get it outside the bowl.
And we want all of the bananas for a more banana taste.
Okay, you got all your bananas in there?
Yep.
I gotta put in mine now.
Okay. I'm gonna set these aside, and now we can put in all the other wet ingredients. I can do the 1 teaspoon of vanilla
So
extract.
first, the recipe says first 1/4 cup of plain yogurt.
Oh,
So we've got 1/4 cup here. It needs to be plain yogurt, otherwise it'll give you like whatever flavor that yogurt is in your
and
bread.
it would be banana mix. And also it's banana yogurt, that might be okay.
Banana yogurt.
Banana yogurt and banana bread.
I don't think that would make it bad. Okay, there's our 1/4 cup of yogurt.
I'm gonna do my vanilla extract. Yep, 1 teaspoon, not 1 tablespoon.
Be careful with the vanilla, because too much will make it vanilla-y. Okay,
And vanilla
we've got the
extract does not taste good. I already told you that in the Money Buddy video. I'm just reminding you.
We have 2 lightly beaten eggs. Make sure they're not beaten too much. We're just gonna pour them in here.
You can beat them with a fork. Okay,
That's
now
the
we're
best
gonna
way to
whisk
do it.
all of this together.
Now, we still have the butter.
Oh yeah.
We need to put in the 6 tablespoons of butter. It needs to be melted and cooled. So we already did that because it would take too long. Okay,
Now we're gonna mix it together with the wooden spoon.
get that all stirred there. This out of the way. All right, we have all of our wet ingredients mixed together and we need to fold them into the dry ingredients.
There's a special way of folding. It's not just mixing them together.
If you mix it, then it's not going to work as well. Folding means you just scrape along the side and get it up on the top. It's
So
hard to
basically
explain.
just folding them together.
So can you pour some of that in here for me? Not all of it at once, but just pour in some of it.
like that much.
And then to fold it, you scrape under and flip that on top. So you want to fold it, not stir it. But you need to keep folding it until there's no more like dry flour left. Is that all of it in there?
Yeah, about.
Okay. We'll just keep folding that in. Awkward silence.
Awkward silence.
Do you want to try folding it or do you?
Okay, I can try it.
So, yeah, you just scrape down the side of the bowl, get under some, and then
you
flip it
fold
over.
it over.
Yeah, that's why it's called folding.
Because basically you're just folding the 2 ingredients together.
I learned how to fold the hard way when one time I was making a dessert and it had Cool Whip and peanut butter and it said to fold the Cool Whip with the peanut butter, but I just used the electric mixer and mixed it all together and it was barely enough to cover the top of the cookie part of the dessert. You were supposed to fold it so it would stay light and airy, and you could just put it over the dessert. So I learned that the hard way, so you don't have to. That looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Can I see it for a sec? There's some on the edge.
Okay.
Oh, there's some under there.
A lot under there. What baby
That's
knows
why you've got
that?
to check, because sometimes flour can hide along the edge of the bowl where you'd never suspect it to be. Does that look pretty good?
Yeah. Flour likes to stick to the walnuts.
That's fine. Okay, so we've got this all folded together.
Okay, now we're gonna pour it into our greased and floured pan.
If you have a non-stick pan, you need to grease and flour the bottom and the sides. But if it's not non-stick, you can just grease and flour the bottom. That's what our book says. I don't know why it matters. We should find out. Oh, is it heavy?
Yes.
Okay. Here, I'll hold the bowl. You can
I'll scrape it out.
Just
It should
scrape
be a
out
thick and chunky batter.
with all the walnuts in it and stuff.
I can't even see if I got all of it.
I'll turn it that way. Looking pretty good.
Yeah.
It smells
not-
good, that's for sure.
It's not supposed to fill up all the way to the top of the pan, because if it does that, then it's going to overflow in the oven because of the leaven, which makes it bigger.
The leavener.
Is there a difference?
I don't know. Here, let me get the rest of this out.
And then you're going to put it in the oven for 55 minutes.
Okay. I think that's a pretty good amount of all of
Yeah?
it. And then you can
could
just use your spatula to smooth it out a little bit. And then
Yeah.
the top of your loaf will be nice and pretty when it's all done cooking.
Yeah.
Okay, that looks pretty good.
Okay. We're going to put it in the
Taste it.
oven for 55 minutes.
Doesn't taste bad.
Okay.
I like
I'm
that.
going to put it in the oven for 55 minutes.
If you eat some, don't touch it, because then your spit gets in it. Germs. Ew.
Here, I'll open it up and you can put it on.
Okay, then we put it in the oven. Push it back in there. And
Now-
we set a timer for 55 minutes.
Okay.
So we've got our timer going.
What can we do for 55 minutes? I know, we could clean our room.
Are you crazy? Why would we do that?
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, so now we still have 2 minutes left on the timer, but it looks and smells like it's done. So we're gonna check.
Ooh, that looks good.
Yeah. So we're gonna pull it out, and we're gonna check it with a toothpick. So you're gonna stick.
Watch out. It's
in-
hot.
So you're gonna stick it in the middle without burning yourself.
There's still batter on it.
So that means it's not good.
So we need to keep cooking it.
Yep. Until the timer goes off. So our timer went off. We're gonna check it again. Just be careful not to burn yourself. Okay. Yeah, it's done. It came out clean. So now I can get on the oven mitts, take it out, set it on the counter, and it's good. And congratulations, you made banana bread. So we've let our banana bread cool for a little bit. Now we're gonna take it out onto the pan. Well, the wire rack, not the pan.
Okay, I guess we'll see how good. Oh, we greased it pretty good. Just popped right out. Okay, flip that over quick.
And now we've got our banana bread.
Okay.
It smells so good.
I know. Well, thanks for learning about banana bread and leaveners.
Go lecture everyone about
Leaveners and ethylene, those things that you learned about.
Yeah.
And once you finish teaching them all about it, then share a piece of banana bread with them, and hopefully they like it.
Okay. Now do you think we should go clean our rooms?